Okay, Callum.
Yes.
Why did Stannis open a bakery on Dragonstone?
I don't. No idea.
Because he heard the Lord of Light loves burnt offerings.
Nice.
Yep.
Fantastic joke.
Hello and welcome to Game of Thrones Season 7, Episode 1, Dragonstone. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first time since Season 1, Episode 7 that we have done one of these videos outside of the Advent calendar.
Yeah, it's only taking us like 3 years to do that.
5 years.
Oh, yeah, because we took a year break.
We're halfway through the decade now.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
It's taken us half a decade to finish Game of Thrones. Oh, boy.
Well, it's taken us half a decade to get to this episode, yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Almost. By March or April, I think it is when we started in... Well, although technically 2019 was when we did the first scene of season 1.
Oh yeah, we did a test recording.
Yeah. So it really has been that long. 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, full-length reactions for the entire season will be on Patreon in the description of each video. So go check that out. And other links are also there. Quite a lot to discuss before we watch this one because there's many things we have to consider going into it. Number 1, we just did season 6 and we had hot takes on it. 2, we are now entering season 7, which is like the next level on on the plummet in the show. Then we also have the fact that this season has 7 episodes instead of 10, and also the finale of last season left us off with a lot of cliffhangers, so there's a lot going into this season to consider. And then there's the fact that you have actually seen this episode before when it was broadcast.
Yes, I did. Well, relatively, because obviously I live in the UK, and I think my family and I watched it. They just put it on, and I was just in the room, and I had never watched any of Game of Thrones before. I just knew it was a thing, and they just had it on, and then we watched the episode. And I've said this many times, I'm genuinely curious of how much of this episode I genuinely remember. There are 2 specific things I do remember. I remember the very end of the episode, if I am correct on that, and another part which, now looking at it, is going to be quite just funny. Oh, actually, no, and another thing. Someone appearing at the very beginning of, well, near the beginning of the episode. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, so this was around the time I started season 1 for the first time, was when this was coming out.
Oh.
Yeah. By the time episode 4 of season 7 came out, I was up to season 2. So I was kind of, around this point.
So you were at this point you already read the books?
No. Definitely not.
Okay. So technically we watched our first Game of Thrones episode at the same time. It was just different episodes.
Yeah, sort of.
That's quite funny.
I watched the first episode of season 1 when the trailers for this were coming out.
Yeah, okay. So around the same time. That's quite funny.
Yes, but I started from the start because I'm not weird.
Yeah, and I started from season 7 because I didn't care and I wasn't going to keep watching.
Interesting choice. Unlike season 6, which we both thought was really overrated, so we had a lot of hot takes on.
Quite overrated.
The difference is, season 7 is actually considered to be pretty bad by quite a lot of people. I wouldn't say it's the entire fan base, I would just say it's a decent majority. So this is not one where if we dislike it, it's going to be contested. Because I think it's generally agreed upon that season 7 is one of the worst ones. Although, you will get a lot of people that'll tell you that season 7's better than season 5. A lot of people say that.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting.
Now, do I agree with that statement? Well, no. No.
Wow, spoilers.
No. I'm very curious. I feel like season 7 is the one that, it's not like I don't remember it, because I do, but I feel like it's the one I have the least to say about, apart from the fact that it's shockingly awful in most places.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, it was the first season of, I don't think, as far as I'm aware, you haven't said anybody thought season 5 was like terrible, just not that great compared to other seasons. I feel like online, it's more widely known that this is like, the narrative would say that this is the first like really bad season.
You know, when a lot of franchises, like with films, they separate the last one into 2 parts. They did it with Harry Potter. They did it with The Hunger Games. Twilight. I feel like Game of Thrones is the same. I feel like this is season 8, part 1. This is kind of, because Dave and Dan intended to do 7 seasons and then they did 8, and they're shorter. So I feel like this is the first part of that last.
But then this is technically, if they wanted to conclude all the episode, it would be the longest season. This is the most. If they're telling one story within 2 seasons again, to end it, then they're giving themselves a lot of time to do what they want to do.
Now, throughout the show, obviously, we have encountered many issues, as we've pointed out throughout the episodes. And quite a few of those issues will continue or even get worse. But I think the part about season 7 that might really shock you is that there are actually new issues that we haven't had yet.
Oh boy, how lovely. Can't
and wait. I feel like the fact that it's 7 episodes might have something to do with it, instead of 10, and that has some effect. But yeah, there are issues of season 7 that have not been present in the show before this point. So yeah, you got that to look forward to.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that. That's gonna be real fun.
Yeah, I'm obviously not going to spoil details, but I don't feel any reason not to just tell you that this is a very bad season of TV.
No, what? That's crazy. I was totally expecting it to be turned around this season. Oh, that's a real shame. There's no point in watching now.
I will say though that I can't remember how many there are, but I can definitely remember one specific scene from this season that is genuinely great. Like there's one scene where I'm
there's that to look forward to then.
Yeah. There are circumstances surrounding that scene that are bad, but just the characters in the scene itself it's amazing. So you got one little one little diamond to look forward to.
Ah, well, that's nice.
And of course, as always, this kind of goes without saying, but Raymond Javadi's still great.
Yeah, he is. He's doing such a bang-up job with every season, and I imagine it'll be no different here.
Coming off season 6, going into season 7, episode 1. Your anticipations for Dragonstone?
Like I've said, it's the episode I've seen before. And hopefully that's right, because maybe I've got this completely wrong and it's actually this next episode or whatever. But I'm like 99% sure I've seen this episode before. I'm wondering what I remember. I'm wondering if there are things that I generally don't remember, and then I'll have actual context of actually having an opinion on it, considering I've now watched the whole show up until this point. And I'm wondering if it's going to be any worse than... Was last season's first episode was bad? Was season 5's first episode bad? I think it was. I think it was actually pretty awful.
It was, but it wasn't as bad as season 6's first.
No, but both of them were pretty bad as far as I remember.
Well, the thing is about season 5's opening is that the ending with John and Stannis and Mance Rayder was actually really good.
Yes, that scene actually was really good.
Yeah,
that was a really good
scene. But yeah, there were issues. There were issues with that episode.
Yeah.
But the season 6 episode 1 is fucking horrendously bad. That's the one where Alyssa Thorne confesses to killing John, and they leave his body and don't take it with them, and then try to find it. And then
that was really dumb. That was really stupid.
Melisandre strips naked. The Prince of Dawn gets stabbed. as well
Yay!
as his
so
son.
Funny.
Yep, the Sand Snakes teleport to King's Landing. It's really, and also the bloody Dothraki capture Daenerys and call her a white bitch whore. The only good scene I remember from that episode was when Cersei found out that Marcella was dead. That was really well done.
Good. That was a good that was a good moment.
I mean, speaking of Cersei, she's deleted almost all the King's Landing main characters. So
yeah, she just controlled
cleared out the roster.
What did we delete? Control D? I can't remember. Yes, she just completely backspaced them out of existence.
She's wished all the jobbers the best in their future endeavors.
Minecraft. Yeah.
Cleared out the roster.
So there'll be a big power vacuum. Well, no, it's not a power vacuum because she's now sitting on the Iron Throne.
Yeah, she's the queen.
She's the queen. Yeah, and Jaime came back just in time to see it, even though he was quite far.
I think going forward, there has to be controversy. And there's two reasons for this. Number one, she's a terrorist who blew up the Pope's royal kingdom. And
very clearly a terrorist, yes.
500,000 people at King's Landing, most of them are religious, really love God, really love the Pope. And yeah, she's committed terrorism. The other reason is she does not have a blood birthright to the throne. She was married to Robert Baratheon. That is her claim.
That's it.
Yeah. And she has no blood birthright. Because Robert Baratheon won the war, but he has a Targaryen grandmother, so he actually does have a blood birthright. Even if it's not as strong as Dany's or Viserys. But it is a blood birthright. Now, it's implied by the kingdom that the bastard children have it, but they don't. But they don't know that. But they do know that Cersei does not have a blood birthright. She is 100% not part of the Targaryen bloodline. So this has to be controversial because it's a false claim. It's a claim through marriage only.
Intestino.
Will they follow up on that properly? Remains to be seen.
I hope so. Fingers crossed and all that. Well, before we get started, I do have something to show on camera. So over Christmas, I asked for something and it did arrive. And here it is. All 7 Game of Thrones books by George R.R. Martin.
Whoa!
All in a nice little package. It actually is apparently disputed, thankfully, by Sky because it has House of the Dragon, a Sky exclusive series on the actual box that it's in.
I see.
So I will quickly send you a picture of that so you can actually fucking see it.
Yeah, I want to see what that looks like.
Yeah.
I assume this is UK bindings.
Yes.
That's why that explains why it's 7, because in the UK they split the bindings, I think.
Yes.
Wow, you got the holy fucking grail for Christmas. Holy shit.
Yeah, I got all 7. I got Game of Thrones, Clash of Kings, Storm of Swords, Steel of Snow, Storm of Swords, Blood and Gold, A Feast for Crows, Dance of Dragons, Dream of Wood and Dust, Dance of Dragons, After the Feast.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, I have not read any of the books yet. Don't know when I'm going to start.
Well, you'd probably want to read them in the order that you just told me.
Oh yeah, they're sorted in that order.
Yeah, damn, that's fucking cool.
Yeah, that's all in there, and they're all on display.
Unfortunately, I have kind of spoiled all of the plot details.
Oh, of course. But, it's all nice in here.
Yeah. It's much better than the show.
Nah.
For the most part. Not everything's better, but a lot of it is. Oh, look at that artwork. It's so lovely.
Yeah, it's really nice. So yes, I got that for Christmas. All that in order, all books, nice here, and a nice little. It's thick. It makes a loud noise when I slap it.
Yeah, in the US, a Storm of Swords and a Dance of Dragons have one binding, but in the UK they actually have the legal limit is a lot smaller. And it's a good thing because books that big don't hold together for very long because the spine can only hold so many pages.
Yeah.
That's part of the issue with the Winds of Winter. Actually, is that it's going to be so big that it might not even fit the spine of a US page, let alone a UK one.
Yeah, I find it very funny that on the side it says, "Enter the world of Westeros, Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, a Sky exclusive series." I find that quite funny. I don't know why. Yeah, UK and all that. Yeah, on Sky Atlantic, I think it is on.
Well, I mean, if this is some kind of blessing that by the time you get through that, they'll announce wins, it would be amazing.
Yeah, probably not going to happen, though.
But if that doesn't happen, what will happen is by the time you get to the end of it, you'll have a fucking pit in your stomach, and you'll be harrowed at the fact that you can't read more, because that's what happened to me.
Exactly.
But it's okay. You've got thousands of pages.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's like a lot of books there.
Yeah, there's a lot of thick books. There's a lot of very graphic sex scenes in those books.
Oh no, not in my literature.
Oh dear. Anyway, that's cool.
That was the surprise reveal that I told other people in private circles. And I waited until now to tell you when we're on the season 7.
That's awesome.
What a reveal.
Wow.
It's like Punk at Survivor Series.
Yeah. Well, funny you mentioned that, because the episode we're about to watch got pretty much nothing to do with those books you have there.
So fun.
Yeah. One character in particular is very different, but we'll get to him. Oh dear me.
Looking forward to it. Let's go. Oh my god, it's a pre-title sequence. This is only the 3rd one.
Oh, but he's already dead, so this must be what? In the past?
Oh wow. Already the logic holes in the world are broken.
Well, not in the way you think.
That's what I say.
Yeah, that's definitely something you would say. We'll say, though, just how high definition this all looks is just, it looks so good.
Yeah, it's sexy.
Stand together.
Oh, why aren't you drinking, Walder? Why aren't you drinking? Aren't you really thirsty?
Not wasting good wine on a damn woman.
I can't believe they had to be sexist to keep up the ruse.
That was your mistake. You should have ripped them all out, root and stem.
But why are you killing your own children, Walder? As always, though, David Bradley is fantastic. What? How would anyone have guessed that?
Tell them winter came for House Frey.
I feel like that's a copy and paste of... It's a copy and paste of what they said in Marine.
Let them know that ne'er Stormborn.
Can't just live as be.
Yeah.
So this begs a lot of questions, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah! We're back. We're so back. We've never been more back.
Once again, she stages something that's very, very difficult to believe. Just like the
trying to poison enough wine for them all to be murdered.
Just like the Frey pies. Yep, just like the Frey pies.
Yeah.
My other thing is
No,
that
no, Connor, shut up. She had enough poison to kill them all.
Also, how did Arya have the skill to act like Walder Frey like that perfectly?
Quite perfectly, yeah. Considering she never met the guy.
Considering she had one run-in with an actor.
Yeah. Well, and one conversation with him before she killed him. She can perfectly imitate a sadistic bastard. There was one line, though, that I thought, that's probably not something he would say. I'm proud of you lot.
Hmm.
Old Town.
Yeah, because we have no Essos anymore.
Is this new? This is new.
No, it's where Sam was in the end of last season.
But did they? I don't think they've shown it though in
No,
the
they haven't.
title sequence.
They haven't.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But yeah, there's no
Game of
Essos for the rest of the show. In the intro, there's no Essos.
Boo.
There's characters from Essos, but we never see places. Once again, what are her motivations? Is it just revenge?
Well, it would just been more satisfying to save the scene from last season and then have her imitate one of his sons and kill him instead of killing them all in the pies.
Well, it's because they wanted to borrow that great scene from the book where Wyman Manderley does Frey pies, but you know.
Yeah, but it just feels like you would just have you would have Aya just, kill one of the sons and then imitate them and then kill Walder. And
but it's
then,
like, it makes sense why Wyman Manderley knows how to make Frey pies.
The Frey house would probably fucking collapse because they're all inept
anyway. Wyman Manderley's a very old, fat man and knows how to cook a good pie. I don't think Arya Stark knows how to cook a good pie.
No.
Anyway.
She didn't have a lot of time to learn about cooking in the last 7 seasons.
I mean, I guess Arya traveled with heart pie. That's the closest I can think of.
Oh no, they have a giant. 2, 3 giants.
I remember some people saying, like, are we going to see White Walker Hodor?
Oh my god, he finally made it to the wall. I forget, Jon isn't there, is he, currently?
Ah, he's not.
But he is. Hello.
Hey, come on. Let's get them inside.
I mean, yeah, that's sufficient evidence, I guess.
I feel like he probably react a bit stronger, though. Like, how the fuck do you know that?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Were you spying on me, They could still be wildlings.
Yeah.
They should probably talk about Jon, to be honest.
Realistically, the idea would be you put them in a cage and let Jon return. Or get a message to Jon.
Nah, Edison Tillett is woke.
Boys of summer out to fight. Not just the boys.
Ha 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 ha.
We can't defend the north.
But the women chew.
Indeed you are, my lady. No one is
And I don't
questioning
need your permission to defend the north. We'll begin training.
Woke.
the Starks for centuries. They've kept faith for generations.
Oh yeah, you're still here, mate.
And then they broke. So there's no punishment for treason and no reward for loyalty.
Oh, Sansa, why have you been so fucking difficult?
Littlefinger looks like a Thunderbird's puppet these days.
Not take a family home away from a family it has belonged to for centuries. That is my decision. And my decision
fucking
is fine.
Royalist.
You stand beside me, Ned and Alice, now and always.
Now and always.
I actually like the reaction of the girl there. Like, that was actually a really good little bit she did there. Well done.
Yes. Alice Karstark is an actual character in the books.
I'm assuming we won't be seeing them in this.
Decisions in front of the other lords and ladies, you undermine me.
I can't question your decisions anymore.
Of course you can, but
Not in public, you fucking idiot. Why are you making him look bad in front of other people? Do it in private. Fucking idiot. Are you that brain dead?
thank you.
You don't need to say thank you for that.
At what?
At ruling.
You just tried to undermine him in the last scene. What do you mean? You clearly don't believe that. Is Sansa like just complete? What are you doing with Sansa? I just don't get it. I don't get what they're doing with Sansa.
Stop trying.
All right, I'll stop trying to protect you, and you stop trying to undermine me.
I'm not trying to undermine you.
Doesn't matter if you tried or not, you did.
And how should I be smarter? By listening to you.
Ooh. Yes, it actually would be, because you don't fucking say anything.
The problem is they're both stupid.
Yeah, but Sansa is like mega stupid. How does she think that? She's like, does she not think she is undermining him by speaking up in a fucking meeting in front of everybody?
If you're her enemy, she'll never stop until she's destroyed you. Everyone who's ever crossed her, she's found a way to murder.
You almost sound as if you admire her.
I would say you can pity her for how far she's like become deranged.
So is this what Bin Laden did after he blew up the Twin Towers? He just stood on a map. This is my Arabia.
Oh god. Do you need to boost your ego even more than you already have?
The one you love so much. The one you set free. The one who murdered our father and our firstborn son. Now he's
Thank you, I already knew that.
and give some counsel.
I didn't really need that recap.
Previously on Game of Thrones.
Yeah, great dialogue.
Dragonstone.
Oh yes, now this is a massive problem.
Castle unoccupied, and that's where she was born.
Why did he leave it unoccupied, and why has it not been taken?
What, like, Harry? Oh, it's like Stannis has been killed? It's been a while.
No one thought to take the castle? And Stannis
Completely unmanned.
never thought to have someone guard his property.
Did Cersei not think we should probably take Dragonstone?
Obviously not.
Sure you understand how much danger we're in.
I understand we're in a war for survival. I understand whoever loses dies. I understand whoever wins.
As
we want you to
most
ensure
happens
the
in
last
most wars.
1,000 years.
We're the last of us.
A dynasty for us, then.
How about we go make another one?
Never talked about Tommen.
Yeah, but you probably should have at this point.
He killed himself.
He betrayed me. He betrayed us both. Should we spend our days?
That's a very strange way of looking at it.
I loved them, I did. But they're ashes now, and we're still flesh and blood. The last Lannisters, the last ones who count.
This is their way of just removing it so we don't have to deal with that psychologically for Cersei. So we can just move on.
I mean, Jaime's reaction makes sense to me.
Yeah, but Cersei's doesn't. He betrayed me by being depressed and killed himself.
Maybe she hates Tommen because he chose Marjorie.
Yeah. Cersei, you need to go and fuck someone. You need to fuck someone and get their army. Wow, look how good it looks. Oh, yeah. All that money. It's also edgy and black. Wow. I want to fuck the queen.
So they were able to build all those ships from the Iron Islands, remember?
Oh, look, he's had a haircut as well.
People I was cutting down were your own kin.
Place was getting crowded. I enjoyed watching it.
I
Truly did.
also don't think Jaime would then say, but they're your own people. I don't think you would say that out loud.
He killed his cousin in season 2. Let's not forget that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a very weird reaction to Jaime to say that out loud. It's like, but they were your own kin.
I wanted to grow up and marry the most beautiful woman in the world. So here I am, with 1,000 ships and 2 good hands.
He is such a clown. Oh my god, look at the library. It was all hit the beach and now we're in a library.
A very sexy library.
Maybe they have the Winds of Winter.
Well, it's a very big book. It's the size of a dragon.
Think this is the other scene I remember.
Oh.
Yeah.
Pull yourself together, it's only a bit of poo. Oh my god, that's awful.
Yeah. I remember looking at this and thinking, is this what Game of Thrones is? But weirdly, I did not remember a single fucking thing of the last scene. I generally don't remember that happening in this episode. This, though, I remember very fondly.
Oh, shiver. Oh, why do they have to blend it with the food? This is disgusting editing, is what this is.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look, it's Game of Thrones Season 6.
They're making a trap remix.
All those things are going to get all rusty.
Oh, naughty.
He's also changed his hair.
In the restricted
The
section.
first time.
Show yourself.
Ah, you. Show yourself.
He did start to slightly comb it in season 6.
When they arrive back home, yeah.
Yeah.
This is just very, very trimmed.
Sam is snooping.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Wayland.
Ah.
Drinker's liver if ever I saw.
It's Slughorn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
A great big bushy beard. All for the greater good.
Is that a liver?
Very strong proposition, is it?
Ah.
He'll have a kidney or two.
You believe me?
I do. You'll finish weighing that heart?
That makes you the only person south of the Twin.
He is such a great actor. He is amazing in Hot Fuzz.
He is.
Yep. He's not even from round here.
Be a good lad. Clean this up.
He likes Felicis, Harry. Liquid luck.
Here, have a cookie. I'll see that everyone gets their just deserved. I'd probably lock it, just in case. You can hide round the corner in case someone does come down. Podrick! 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 Podrick!
On the ass. Oh, dear.
It's your favourite gag.
Yeah.
I like it when you beat men.
You're a lucky man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sure.
I think that's quite funny. I think that's quite funny. Turns out he is a sub, not a dom.
Safe. I am safe. I'm at home, surrounded by friends. I have
This is a comedy.
from anyone who would harm me.
Yeah.
What do you want that you do not have?
At the moment, peace and
Sophie, move your face more. I need you to start acting.
I need to seize the last word, Lord Baelish. I'll assume it was something clever.
My lady.
They're just taking the piss out of him.
When was the last serious Littlefinger scene?
Probably when he escaped the murder of Lysa Arryn.
Probably. In season
Season 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
Littlefinger saved us.
Because, yeah, but we could have been saved a lot earlier and saved a lot more people if you just said something.
Why is he still hanging out at Winterfell? Why is he here?
Okay, what does he want, Sansa? Tell me. What does he want?
Why is he here? Why is he still around? Oh, this
Ed! There's an Ed singing. What?
This scene. I forgot about this scene.
How? You sent me a GIF with Jodie Whittaker saying, "Is that Ed Sheeran?"
I know.
And I completely forgot what you were talking about.
I was so immersed in the world of Ice and Fire that I forgot that real life was the thing.
Look at it, is that Jiren? Oh my god. He has a very funny face.
Yeah.
It's a new one. Are you hungry? I've got some rabbit.
It's the shot. It's that shot specifically.
I have to listen to his music every day at work. I'm in love with the shape of we got the same song. I'm in love with your body.
I had to deal with him fucking interrupting my Football Manager's interview in his first game because he's an Ipswich fan.
Guess first.
Oh no, I couldn't. You don't have enough.
But my mother always told me to be kind to strangers. Strangers to be kind to you.
What a lovely mum. Rabbit. Or whatever the fuck it is.
I recently rewatched Infinity War, and I love when Thor calls Rocket a rabbit.
Yes. The rabbit's right. That's a made-up word. Oh, what's a made-up? Enjoy this lovely wine.
It's blackberry wine. I made it myself.
Look at all these nice lads. They're so nice and kind and nice and kind and nice.
I'm going to kill the queen.
Realistically, that scene actually isn't even that bad. It's actually fine. It's just the fact that it has Ed Sheeran in it is that it's quite funny.
Yeah, it takes me out of the show. That's the only problem.
I get that because he is such a famous face. But
If I didn't know who he was, then it would be fine.
Well, that's because I recently watched Squid Game 2, and that has a character who is an actual rapper in real life. But I had no idea that he was like really famous in South Korea. Because apparently, I've just learned this. Apparently, in South Korea, they are so against like drugs and weed. The guy smoked weed and was like cancelled hardcore, and then was like cancelled for it. And the reaction to him being in Squid Game 2, which apparently is like a big comeback for him, they hated it, and it was a big backlash. Compared to another character, an actor who has allegations of like sexual assault, and they don't really care about that.
Wow.
Cultural differences, eh?
Not. Bold cunt. Come on. Maybe
Dave and Dan are blessed to have these actors.
they don't.
Yeah, they are.
Because these guys are really funny, no matter what you do. Like
So
even
fucking
if you
cold.
write simple, basic shit like bald cunt, because they're saying it, it's funny.
Yeah, of course the delivery is so good. He's
Yeah.
great. He's also great in Hot Fuzz, since that's the
Yes,
topic.
he is.
Yarp.
Ah,
Is this the house that he was at before with Aya? Was this
yeah,
a different house?
yeah. Season 4,
Yeah, I thought so.
and it's the dad and his daughter.
So they died without food, is what I'm
Yeah.
assuming the assumption is.
Yeah,
That
so,
sucks.
and the
They're really
hound
nice.
stole it from them.
I don't hate you. Don't like you, but you're not bad.
Thank you, Clegane. That warms the heart.
But there's nothing special about you.
This is a room of just great voices.
I don't know what he wants from me. I only know that he wants me alive.
If he's so all-powerful, why doesn't he just tell you what the fuck he wants? Fucking luck I end up with a band of fire worshippers.
Almost seems like divine justice.
There's no divine justice, you dumb cunt. If there was, you'd be dead.
Wow, that was both funny and very profound.
There's a castle there.
All the guys in this storyline have such great voices, don't they?
Yeah, no, I said. It's a scene of great voices.
Yeah. Do you believe me now, Clegane? This is actually interesting. He's kind of recognizing that he's responsible partially for their death.
We asked the father.
Yeah, sometimes when they just put in some effort, they can actually make good TV, can't they?
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. So weird.
Yeah.
He's a toddler
It's
now.
glowing. It's glowing.
You should really sleep.
Mum. Ah! Scaredy.
The Dragon Queen,
Oh no.
Daenerys Stormborn.
Haven't heard anything.
Oh boy. Oof. He is not in a good way.
I do think it's interesting that he would put his hand out so viciously when someone could touch it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Look, so now she's all in black.
Because
They all are.
because of the increased budget, they've significantly upgraded the visuals of Dragonstone this time.
Mm-hmm. It seems like it's more open in terms of like the perspective of what we're seeing. It feels less enclosed.
It's turned It's turned baby face.
Yeah, first time she's touching something that isn't fucking sand, that is like dry, is actually like wet.
Yeah.
As opposed to stuff like in a fucking desert. This feels more southern. You are right though. The fact that not a single person decided, hey, we should probably take Dragonstone.
Yeah, it's free, guys. It's free, guys.
While.
It is free real estate. What are you doing?
It's for real estate.
Yeah, Stannis didn't leave anyone behind, and no one thought to take the castle. This is a very, very valuable piece of the world.
It almost feels like this is like a trap. It's like with how it just.
Oh, he didn't even lock the doors. They didn't even lock any doors.
Tom, did you remember to lock the door after we left Dragonstone? He's like, I think I did. I'm pretty sure I locked the door as I left. Are you sure? Because it'd be really bad if someone just walked into the front door and took over Dragonstone, as that was your job to lock the door.
The irony that he was smart. He was smart enough to have that conversation with Samwell about Dragonglass, but he wasn't smart enough to keep his castle locked or guarded.
No. I remember this shot. This shot I remember.
Yeah.
Well, I don't remember any of the music. I just remember the visuals. This is also new. This room.
Oh, well, they kept the sigil there.
Mm-hmm. Symbolism.
Just not a single fucking army decided to try and capture this castle. I can't believe it. They left it in season 4.
Now we know that the budget has been upped quite a bit, because this room did not exist before.
Yeah.
Because you think if it did, Stannis would probably be sitting here more often.
Well, it technically is the same set they used for other rooms, I think. Like, I'm pretty sure this is a rebuild of the Marinese throne.
Mm-hmm.
So we haven't moved anywhere.
It's just actually done up like significantly, and it's very impressive.
This is Marine, but UK. UK version. Yes, this is where Stannis and Melisandre made a baby.
Yeah, they fucked on that table.
Yeah, this is the famous room, the famous Dragonstone room.
Say the line, Danny.
Yeah, she's like, oh, this is his last game of chess he was playing. Man, what if Stannis was still alive and he came back to this with Danny here?
Say it, Danny, say it. You know you want to say it. I know what you're going to say.
Shall we begin?
She's at it. I remember that scene very well.
Dragonstone, Callum, you finally have rewatched it.
Yes, I have. It is the episode I had watched before. Things that I remember, the things that I had no idea happened in this episode or even happened at all. Shows you how the mind retains things and some not things.
Yeah. Mm.
Like, I don't remember anything in King's Landing. I don't remember the scene in the house with the hound. I don't remember that at all. But I remember the opening scene. I remember Sam's story this episode. And I remember the very last scene with Daenerys arriving at Dragonstone. Very well. Shall we begin? Is the line I remember almost like. It probably is the most memorable thing from this episode when I first watched it. Because they build it up with no dialogue whatsoever up until that last bit.
Did you know any context at all?
No. Literally, I knew nothing. I knew nothing about the show. I just knew it was popular. And it had dragons in it.
Yeah. But now you do know the context.
Now I do know the context, and boy, is this episode a mixed bag.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's weird.
There's some, like, insanely great scenes, but then there's also just characters saying really stupid things, as always, and it's the same people, as always.
I want to start with the thing that I just... in terms of the world building of the show and the characters and all that, like, we've already mentioned it, but it's the fact that Dragonstone was left completely, not only unguarded, but untaken. With like 3 seasons. They didn't even lock the door.
It's
ridiculous. Stannis left no one there, and no one tried to take it. It's like, that is...
They don't even... They did...
In a society,
would assume that's,
a society like this, that is a cardinal sin. This, like, when you really break it down to its, its core... How many characters does this impact? Think about how many lords there are in Westeros. How many people would want this castle? Most importantly, the crown, obviously, Cersei. But others too, others in the south. Like, the Dornish, the Tyrells, the Tarleys, the anyone in the Westerlands and the Stormlands, and there's so many people that would have a scout or, have a raven tell them that Stannis has gone to the wall and send a scout to see what's there and see, oh, there's no one. Not a single house, not a single lord, not the king, the queen, whatever. None of them thought to check it. Joffrey was dead by that point, so you got Tommen as the king for that entire time that Stannis is away from Dragonstone, and no one from the small council suggested it. No one.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least in the show they didn't, because in the books they sent the Tyrells there to try and capture it. And
yeah,
but instead in the show they had the Tyrells, be caught up in the big gay drama with the High Sparrow instead. But yes, I just think this is the fact that Dany walked into a completely abandoned castle that had been left untaken for years. It's got to be years, right? It's got to be at least a year. At least a year, surely. I mean, Sam and Gilly's baby has grown.
Growing.
It's growing. So this is at least a year, surely.
You'd think so.
And yeah, no one's taken this castle, and yet here they are. It's completely unlocked and abandoned. So yeah, I think that's terrible. I think that is a weird choice to not even have a single fucking person. Not even one guy.
Yeah, you think so. Very strange indeed.
Yeah, it's so strange.
The scene itself is... The build-up of it is like... It has obviously great intentions, like no dialogue whatsoever. The music builds at the start and then it goes very, very quiet.
And also, they should have expected people to be there, so why didn't they have any scouts?
They should have. That's a part of the issues as well. They should expect it. Like I said, it feels like that it feels like it's set up to be a trap.
So
almost in the way
there's
it's like
there's
built.
a pretty easy fix to that side of it. So you remember in the last episode of season 6 how Varys was in Dawn and then he teleports to Marine and he goes on the boat.
Yeah.
So you just have Varys send scouts to Dragonstone to make sure that it's clear.
Yeah. I mean, in the next episode they could say that, and that would fix the issue.
Tell them what to expect, but that's not what happened. That's not what happened.
Yeah. The actual build-up of the scene is, like, I think, done relatively well. I think the visuals are, like, really, really stunning.
Well, yeah, it's great cinematography. It's just the writing.
And no dialogue whatsoever, just building up to the last line of the episode. I think that was all done well in terms of direction and intent and visuals.
But I guess that, in a way, this kind of symbolizes an issue with the show at this point, is that it gets spectacle there, but the actual substance of the story and the world.
But Connor Danny pulled down the flag, the banner, so, symbolism.
She had absolutely nothing to do with the end of the Baratheons. Absolutely nothing.
Also, though, the throne room is quite a spectacle.
Yeah, it's lovely.
It's a very great set. Obviously, it's very similar to the King's Landing throne room, but this is very, very... They love their dark colours now in the show. It feels like everybody in this, like, in the north or in this are, like, they just love dark colours.
Well, you notice now, everyone is now in this camp is now wearing black uniform.
Yeah, Cersei is even as well. It feels like at this point it's around this is what, like 2016,
17.
It feels like around this time is when it was a real phase of just like dark, harsh colors like red or black. Like fucking Last Jedi did the same thing. It was like red and black colors and like white, like very distinct colors. It feels like this is in the same vein of like trying to be like slick, dark colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. It feels very of its time in 2017.
I guess also in terms of the show, like it's winter now. So black clothes with white snow.
I don't know if you noticed, Connor, but they said that it was winter a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of scenes of people saying, it's now winter, guys. It's now, the winter is here.
Sort of like the thing of black clothes on white snow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed. Shall we begin?
Shall we begin? Arya Stark pulls off another miraculous trick that I don't understand how she got away with. By dressing
she
as
had
well
enough poison, right? She got enough poison to douse in all the wine to kill everybody in that room.
And she was able to do a perfect impression of Walder Frey, who she barely knows.
Yeah, other than one line, it was pretty much...
I will say, though...
Other than one line, it was pretty much Walder Frey.
I will say, though, David Bradley doing an impression of Arya Stark is pretty damn good.
I thought, as a scene, I thought David Bradley did a great job. I thought he was fantastic. I really enjoyed him.
Because you could tell he was playing him slightly differently to normal.
Yeah. And it's quite funny because you probably would have expected to not come back after season 6, but they was like, no, we need you back for one more scene.
Well, you notice when he actually plays Walder Frey, he has this kind of grumpy look in his eyebrows. He's like very sullen. Yeah. Whereas here, he was very like sweet and uppity and very happy about what was happening.
Yeah, he said, I'm very proud of my family.
Yeah.
Which would be things he would not say.
Yeah, whereas in like seasons 1 to 6, he looks very dead all the time.
Oh yeah, he looks like he's on the verge of death at all times.
Yeah.
Here he looks a little more healthy. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the performance, I would say.
Well, it's because it's Arya. That's why she's playing him.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why, but it's the whole removing the mask. It feels very Mission Impossible. I don't know why, because they do that all the fucking time in Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
it's just something about it. It's just like, oh god,
Your
it's just very
former
funny.
prime minister. Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Yeah. But yeah, when you get down to brass tacks, though, just like the end of season 6, this scene does not make sense. It's dumb. It's weird and silly.
It's a bit silly.
Yep. Massacre the
You
whole
know,
family.
don't kill the women.
with
The
ease.
women don't die. Yeah.
Once again, guards.
But like,
where are
obviously,
where are
that's
the
not
guards?
his whole army. That isn't his whole family. Obviously.
No, where are the guards? Where are the fucking guards, guys? Where are the guards?
Like in the what was it in season 6? With Jamie and fucking what's his name, who died staying behind.
What, the Blackfish?
Yeah, man. That whole there was like more than just that room of people there. Obviously.
Well, the Frey family is huge.
Unless she did a tooth and claw and poisoned, went around as a guard and then gave everybody a drink and killed them all, like they do in Tooth and Claw, except that's been drugged.
Yeah.
I'm assuming this is the last time we see the twins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a bit of a weird ending for them, really.
Yeah,
considering they were like a big hand in the Red Wedding.
Yeah, it is kind of the end of the phrase, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, a bit of a weird ending.
But again, as I said,
the
like
family that killed the Starks.
She casually strolls out the front door, but surely there'll be guards.
Yeah, she doesn't even try to sneak out the back or anything. At least they did that in season 6.
So weird. It's so weird.
Yeah.
And then she meets Ed Sheeran.
Yeah. Honestly, I actually don't think that scene was that bad. I actually think there was like some decent bits about it.
I mean, it's the whole thing of like, I'm going to kill the queen. Like, that's pretty funny.
But the idea, I'm assuming they're Lannister soldiers, aren't they? They're King's
Yeah,
Landing.
yeah. She looks at their swords.
The scene on paper is actually a scene I would actually really quite like. It feels very like, Arya, there are some King's Landing soldiers who aren't actually that bad. They're actually good people.
Yeah, what it's trying to do is it's trying to kind of, I guess, make it seem like it's not
doubt into Arya is what it's trying to do.
I also think it's weird.
Is what I'm doing the right thing to do.
I also think it's weird at this point in the show to try and inject complexity.
Yeah, it feels like you're a bit too late to do that when like these people have like killed and raped and murdered people.
And also the other reason is that in the last season they oversimplified the show overall massively.
Yeah.
And so it's like now they're trying to tread back on it. It's like, well, too late.
I think this is a scene that is like on paper is like very, very good, and I think the execution is fine. I think there's tweaks you can make to it to make it.
The
only
only thing that really bugs me is they do that close up of it. They do that close up on Ed Sheeran's face, but he's actually not that important to the scene.
No, he's just the guy who sung, and he doesn't actually say that much anyway.
Yeah.
I just find it the fact that Ed Sheeran was in the premiere episode of season 7 of Game of Thrones was just I think that's just quite funny.
Yeah, but
the shot of Ed Sheeran's face is just fucking hilarious.
It's one of the first instances of them doing meta in the show, and it's weird because Game of Thrones is immersive.
I wouldn't say it's meta because I would say it is a cameo. It is, and he's come in and he's sung a song, but he's not the focus of the scene. I wouldn't say it's meta.
Not the scene. No. I don't mean the scene. I mean the specific shot of his face, the way it's directed.
Okay. Oh yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah. So we get a clear shot of Ed Sheeran's face to make sure we can get people
obviously
to tweet about
focused on him. Yeah,
I get what obvious. You mean.
Yeah.
I get what you mean.
Like it's so obviously
it's a very obvious shot of like, hey guys, look, we've got Ed Sheeran in this.
It's stunt casting. It's stunt casting.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like if obviously removing that context, I think it's like the scene itself is just fine.
Although,
I think it has.
What's interesting though is that in a lot of shows, it would be a case of we want Ed Sheeran in the show because it'll make the show more popular, right? In this case,
it'll get clicks.
In this case, sure, that may have been a part of an idea of it, right? However, in this instance, it was more so Ed Sheeran felt like he got a lot of publicity being on Game of Thrones because Game of Thrones was so massive.
Yeah. Well, he was big at the time anyway. He was massive anyway.
He was, definitely he was. But Game of Thrones was fucking huge in 2017. It was massive. Everyone was watching it.
Well, I wasn't.
I
was watching this episode.
Well, we both got launched into it that year.
Yeah. In different ways, yeah. I think the best character from the scene is probably the guy who talked about his child and talked about how he wants a girl because he wants to be taken care of when he's old, and he doesn't want a boy because they're just going to be sent off to someone else's war.
Absolutely, that's great. Yeah,
I thought that was a very interesting thing to say for a person.
Yeah, it is. It's actually like a really interesting perspective on, I guess, like a feminist idea, as opposed to something like, I don't know, no weak men will rule in Dorne, which they did at the start of last season.
Yeah. I thought that part was actually quite neat.
Yeah, it was alright.
The scene itself I think it's fine.
Yeah. The Night King and the White Walkers are walking. We'll get back to that when
very
we get to...
slowly they are walking.
We'll get back to that when we get to another group of people who referenced it.
Yes.
Bran, Mira, and Edison at the wall was one very small scene. I think they try to make it seem like Bran is convincing because he can tell Ed things that only he knows. The problem I have with it is Ed should probably be a little bit more shocked than he is that Bran knows those things, because he's like, well, you might be a wildling spy.
He just has a very stern face. It's the best you're going to get.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, logically, Ed wouldn't believe, oh yeah, he's the three-eyed raven, because Ed doesn't know that. He doesn't know anything about that. What he would believe is, oh, you must be a wildling spy then. They should probably have a discussion about how he's John's brother. That's what I would do.
Yeah, there's not much else to say about that scene, really. So they're starting, and that's it for the wall.
Davos Seaworth is there. He exists. Oh, God.
Yep.
Oh, God, I just remember we're about to talk about Winterfell. Okay, so I've got a couple of things to say. So, the best part was with Alice Karstark and Ned Umber bending the knee for their characters. I liked that. There was a few okay lines from Robert Glover, Lyanna Mormont, Jon Royce, you know, the Northern Men and all that. However, and also Tormund had some funny jokes with Pod and Brienne. But the issues with the episode come with Jon, Sansa, and Littlefinger. You can talk about this one, because it's your favourite part of the show.
Yeah, well, as you could tell as I was watching it, Sansa was just saying stupid thing after stupid thing in front of people, like every line. Like, she kept saying, like, I'm not trying to undermine you. It's like, it doesn't matter if you're not trying to. You did. You did it in front of everybody, you idiot. Why would you do that? Why would you not do that in private like anybody else would? No, you got to do it in front of everybody to bring down morale or make it dissensions in the ranks or make people doubt Jon. I don't know what you were trying to do. If you were trying to not undermine him, then you're insanely fucking stupid to do that.
It's also really jarring because the last season finale, they said, oh, we got to trust each other. And
yeah, then they don't. And then they don't this season.
I think they're trying to portray this thing of like, oh, Littlefinger has created a rift between them, but they haven't actually earned that at all.
No, Sansa's been changed by, you know, Cersei and Littlefinger, and now she's smart.
And then Littlefinger's like, are you happy? Are you happy, Sansa?
Her and her fucking stupid sonic ring. What even is it?
And like it was played for comedy. It's just like, I don't want you to be here, Lord Baelish. Fuck off, like something like that, basically.
I'm sure it was very clever what you were about to say. Like that's meta because it's fucking like you're having Sansa like, you always say something very clever as you leave the room. so I'm not going to allow you to say it.
But the irony is that he doesn't say clever things. He says stupid
No,
things.
he doesn't anymore because he's just made to be incompetent because Sansa said so.
On the Iron Throne with you by my side. And Jon...
Her fucking whole, like, fucking shitting on, like, the families who were, like, almost forced because it was fucking Ramsay and Roose Bolton to betray the Starks, and then continued to do so under Ramsay feels just, like, very ignorant on her part.
And also, Jon's character has now regressed to, we need allies. We need allies.
And I've been saying this for nearly 3 seasons.
We need allies. But every time he says it, it gets less interesting. Because, like, that hard-home speech...
At the very least, though, I think he was right to stand up to Sansa and anybody else who were agreeing with her.
Yeah, of course he was. That doesn't make him any smarter, though. It doesn't make him any smarter. No. It just makes her dumber.
It makes him more honourable than them, I think. Because I feel like that's the way Sansa thinking was very Cersei-like.
The weird thing was she was like, oh, well, I loved Ned and Robb, but they both died because of stupid mistakes. You should listen to me. But it's like, why should we listen to you? You don't give good advice.
Stupid mistakes, though.
You don't give good advice. You make stupid
mistakes not telling Jon about, you know, the army you had before people got killed.
Yeah, it's like, why would I listen to you? You don't give good advice. Like it's
You don't give advice. You just say we should get advice.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Podrick gets whacked on the bum. That's funny.
Yeah, Podrick is always great to watch. So, yeah.
How do we feel about Lyanna Mormont standing on Robert Glover's balls?
I'm not sure.
You think I put a sword in my granddaughter's hand? I did not. I did not come here to be missing by the fire.
Yeah, because women can fight. Did you know? It feels like a scene that at the time people wouldn't have like said much about, but nowadays, if you see it now, a lot of people would say something about it. I think.
I mean, it's not that it's like she is right, but it's just the way they say it.
Yeah. I think it's the fact we're thinking about it now, considering the amount of grifters there are. That if that happened now, there would be an uproar about it. It would be shared on Twitter. It would be on the thumbnail of Nerdwarrick's next video. Like it
to be
would.
fair, it was a pretty hot topic at the time. It just wasn't as capitalized on as it is now.
Well, this was before Last Jedi came out, wasn't it?
Yeah, just before.
Yeah. So, which, as we know, it changed sort of like the cultural landscape of like discourse.
Well, the whole woke thing started in 2015. It was around the time Trump announced that he was going to run for president. It was sort of around that time.
Yeah, but at the time, no one really took it that seriously. Around the time, it was really after Last Jedi, people started to be like, "Oh, wait, maybe there is such a thing called woke."
It was there was a big turn when Last Jedi came out.
And don't get me wrong, if I was to claim things that are woke, legitimately, it'd be stuff like Batwoman. There
That's
are
extreme.
instances of it being in just extremely badly done, like, agendas that, you know, if done well, can be helpful, but if done poorly, it can feel like insane preach.
But also, let's not forget the
this
problem.
Isn't one of them, though.
One of the issues is that it's being misinterpreted. So people say that anything that is woke is anything that is progressive, right? That's not what it means, because from what I understand of what the meaning is that it's anything that is extremely progressive or extremely conservative, because there was woke conservatives as well a long time ago. So yeah, that's where I think people get it wrong, because stuff like Batwoman is woke because it's doing progressive ideas in a really stupid way.
Really bad way. It's so
whereas
awful.
something like It's a Sin is progressive, but it's not woke. It's really good.
I wouldn't say it's woke. No, I wouldn't say it was woke.
Yeah.
It's one of those scenes from a I would say a simpler time.
Yeah. So like if I were to give an example of like a woke conservative I would think of someone like Ned Flanders from The Simpsons. He's a good character, though. he's a very good character in peak Simpsons. But as a person, as a personality, he believes in woke conservative ideas.
Can't you morons do anything right?
He believes in very woke conservative ideas, and that was a thing in the 90s. In the 90s, it wasn't they didn't use the word, but the expression.
Well, my family can't live in a house of good intentions, Marge.
Yeah, in the 90s, the expression was that someone like Flanders was kind of the equivalent to woke is, right?
And you, I don't know who you are, but you should seem like a jerk. Hey, I just got here. What's going on?
Stupid, sexy Flanders.
It feels like nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Anyway, Winterfell is a dump for the most part. Moving on.
Yeah, it is a dump.
Right. I think we need to have a conversation about Cersei.
Because she is ruined. I think her dialogue about Tommen was really bad.
Yeah, I feel like she's had a massive downgrade already as queen.
Yeah, she's regressed into, well, my children killed themselves, so they betrayed me, which is a very interesting way of looking at it. But no, Cersei's crazy, guys. Cersei's crazy. That means that she would think her children betrayed her.
I feel like the execution of the conversation is not reflective of a character. What I think they should have done, if they were going to go down this route, is make it obvious to the audience that she's lying. Don't have her actually believe that.
What I would say that they should have done is make it seem like she thinks that the High Sparrow is the reason that Tommen is dead. That he affected his mind.
Gaslighting.
And twisted him. And he was the reason he died. Tommen didn't kill himself. The High Sparrow did. And I will do everything in his honor.
Yeah, because Cersei is absolutely capable of gaslighting. That's something she would definitely do.
I think she would genuinely believe that the High Sparrow is the one who killed Tommen and not Tommen himself.
Yeah.
Even though he physically did, it was more. I think Cersei would think that he twisted.
Even though we know the real reason is that because she killed Marjorie.
Exactly.
He
that
didn't
feels
want to
more
live.
interesting. That feels way more interesting.
And they should really
saying
lean.
that Tommen betrayed her.
I'm not 100% sure how they could portray this without inner monologue, right? But they should really lead into the fact that Cersei is jealous that Tommen chose Marjorie over her.
That too. Yeah.
Because
if they're going to go this route.
Tommen would rather be in the afterlife with her than be in the living with his mother. Because he's that in love.
It just feels like it's not psychologically affected her as much as it probably almost definitely should have. It feels like it's affected Jaime more than Cersei.
They haven't capitalized on what is one of the most impactful dramatic moments in the show.
Yeah. It feels like it's just an event that happened and now Cersei's on top.
Also,
that feels like it feels like an event of getting Cersei where she needs to be, rather than it being a narrative change that will affect the story going forward.
Yes. Now, they haven't addressed the people yet, but as I said, where is the uproar? Where is the protest?
Where is like the constant barrage on their front door saying, "You fucking murdered our own people"?
As I said, she has blown up a sacred building that people love. She has killed the
As
Pope.
we know, Connor, people who blow up buildings aren't meant to be, praised and loved, There's nothing else that we watched recently that did that.
Yeah, and she killed the Pope, a beloved figure, even though he didn't deserve it. The people still loved him. They were showing it on screen all throughout season 5 and 6 that they loved the High Sparrow.
Feels like not showing any of the sort of like public perception of Cersei is a very big mistake so far.
She has killed off the Tyrells, a very beloved house, a provider of food.
Yes, or nearly all of them, yeah.
They've fed King's Landing. They've kept them alive.
Yep.
And she's claimed the throne when she doesn't have a blood birthright. And yet, where is the uproar? This is a world-building catastrophe if they don't address this.
You feel like it'd be almost constant. at this point.
Yeah, like some people might not notice this because of the things that they haven't done as opposed to things they have with this, but it is a world-building catastrophe if you do not address this fucking terrorist act as an actual
like there's
terrorist
no
act.
one like she's looking out on the ships approaching, or just like I get she's being guarded by you know the mountain.
Yeah,
but like no one's even like trying to be like you fucking murderer, you psychotic bitch. Nothing like that. You don't see any of that.
Like it's literally like if I know I reference Bin Laden a lot, but it's like he became the governor of New York after committing 9/11, and he's like, I'm the king of the castle, I'm the king of the castle,
King of the castle, king of the castle.
And then everyone in New York is like, okay, and they just move on.
Yeah. You'd feel like there'd be a scene in this episode where someone threw something at Cersei and then the mountain killed them, because you're meant to establish that they're being ruled in fear. Like, there's going to be an uproar, but then you put them in fear by killing someone. Like, that's what you do. It's so simple.
And you literally have the mountain fight them off. He's right there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Mountain kills one of them after they throw something at Cersei. That is like they throw a tomato or something, and then the mountain just fucking slices their head off.
Yeah.
That's the whole fucking idea. The idea they're trying to do is, I guarantee you, they're going to be like, they're in fear or whatever. But they're not going to do the scene where you should probably do that.
You know, you could maybe at a stretch believe Cersei's in denial, but the fact that Jaime and Euron haven't noticed that people are uproaring, like clearly it's just not happened. So 500,000 minor characters in the show now don't make sense.
And the counter people would fucking say is like, well, she blew up a building, she did kill people. It's like, when something like that happens, you will get protests, you'll get people uproaring. What then you do is then you kill one by one people to eventually get them to cower in fear. Then that's just what would happen.
As I said, this isn't just some building. This is the Sept of Baelor.
Yeah. Exactly. There would be
it's the holy ground. This is like if you blew up the...
You need to contain them and put them in fear by killing them, like, one by one, whoever like acts out.
It's like if the Prime Minister of Italy blew up the Vatican and killed the Pope. It's genuinely what just happened.
Yeah, there'd be a fucking civil war.
Absolutely.
But then after that, Connor, after all that, Connor, we that thing that didn't happen, we got a great scene in the throne room. A great scene indeed.
So Euron
is your favourite character.
Yeah. So Euron definitely he is trying to be polite. He's trying to play like the good boy for Cersei because he's trying to win her over.
I felt like he was playing it like a fucking jester. He felt like a jester and a clown.
Oh yeah, he was a clown, but he was definitely trying to
you should kill your brother sometime. It's quite a feeling.
Yeah, that was dumb.
But here I am with 1,000 ships and 2 good hands.
But he wasn't. He was. I guess it was more just his tone of voice. He wasn't as much of a bully as he was in season 6.
Well, he's had a clean up. He's shaved his head down.
Yeah, he has.
He's cleaned up his beard.
He's trying to sound. I think I know what it is. He's trying to sound more royal, so he can actually communicate with the Queen.
Yeah.
But the actual conversation was fucking awful. And the only sane person in this bloody story is Jaime. He's the only one that matters.
But then he says something that he just wouldn't say out loud in front of other people.
Yeah, that's true.
You killed your own kin?
Yeah.
Why would you fucking say that, Jaime? You wouldn't say that out loud. That's not your character.
Yeah, what is it with this episode and people like addressing things in public when they shouldn't?
Oh, the dialogue in this episode was absolute horror.
Yeah, it was very
As you know, Jaime, our son killed himself after I blew up the building with all the people inside. It was not as bad as that, but it still was very bad.
I think it's at the very least they didn't just have Cersei say yes. At least they had her say no at first. Now, to be honest, they probably shouldn't have her say yes going forward, but that's for another episode. But the fact that she declines him means she has some brain cells.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you should try killing your brother sometime. Like, that was weird.
Yeah. The dialogue of like, right now they're sailing across the sea, hoping to take back her father's throne. Our little brother. the one you love so much, the one you set free. The one who murdered our father and our firstborn son now stand beside our enemies and gives them counsel. Just great dialogue. All the stuff that we all already knew.
Yeah. It's very exposition-y. Very previously on Game of Thrones.
It's the one who killed our father and our firstborn son, the one that you love so much, the one you set free. It's that line of dialogue. It's just like, wow. We used to have good dialogue. Remember, we used to have really good dialogue.
Do you remember how many intelligent conversations have taken place in this room?
Oh yeah, quite a lot.
And this is your attempt, Lord Stark. A piece of paper. That's Cersei. That's the real Cersei.
Yeah.
Those are the king's words.
Just so good.
We could arrange to have you carried. Yes. Oh, at night, do you dream of my gash, Lord Baelish? Chaos is a ladder.
No true man who calls himself king is no true king.
We do not hurt little girls in Dorne.
The king is tired. What? You'll kill your father on the privy?
Speaking of privies, let's talk about Samuel Tarly.
Yeah, great transition. Always planned for that.
So, okay, so you kind of pointed out one of the key issues here with the whole restricted section is that it's a little bit too... he doesn't take as many precautions as he should. It's a little too
in the
weird.
brief scene of when he goes in, he doesn't lock the door behind him, so that it makes it easy. Like, you know,
I don't think they create the stakes properly, I think, is the issue.
It also it's just very easy for him to do this thing as well.
Yeah.
There's no like. The Maester doesn't have like a box he puts the key in and locks that just in case. I feel like this is like easy stuff to do.
In the bloody Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets video game on PS2, it's harder than it is in this show.
You have to go all sorts of things in those like first 3 games on the old consoles.
You got to fucking lock in and get sweaty to get past those prefects.
Get back to your dormitory!
Yeah, but speaking of Harry Potter, we did have a very good performance by...
Slughorn.
Yeah, Archmaester Ebros, dissecting a man. I love the idea that he believes Sam, but he won't actually get involved in the politics. He hates politics.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Inspector Flangbottomon.
Yeah.
He's so good at Hot Fuzz.
Yeah. So Sam gets the book and is like, oh yeah, Dragonstone has a mountain of dragon glass beneath it. So that's just a big reveal that these are valuable weapons that can be used against White Walkers. And who just so happens to be going to that castle? Daenerys. I did like, though, that he referenced the fact that he had that conversation with Stannis in Season 5 about the dragon glass.
It's the constant just shots of him cleaning up shit. It's just like, alright, I get it.
Yeah, it's almost like they were trying to make a remix out of it with the way it was edited.
Yeah. Very odd way to start the season, I'd say.
Yeah. I think it's weird because when they actually try and do atmosphere in the library, it looks great.
Yeah, it's quite neat.
But, when they're doing chamber pot, YouTube poop, I'm not so sure about that.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube poop, it's literal poop. Jorah Mormont's grayscale has hit critical mass, seems like. As I said when we reacted, I do think it's a little interesting that it reaches his arm so far out. I guess he really needed to get Sam's attention because he's desperate. So I suppose I can buy it. And the grayscale will make him quite manic.
I guess the idea also is like he's covered in like safety like gloves and like clothes as he's doing this,
true.
He probably is aware of that.
Yeah,
to be
fair
fair
enough. That's true.
It is still a slight risk, but it isn't as big as probably like when you think about it.
I do think the fact that he reads about Dragonstone and then Mormont mentions has she visited yet. I think that's a nice transition into the final scene. Thematically, The stuff at Old Town is mixed, I guess. It's okay.
It is mixed. I enjoyed the scene with Slughorn.
Yeah, he was good. Mainly the acting.
He's a great actor.
I will say, this episode did have some very good acting in it, and that's probably its highlight.
Oh yeah, acting is pretty on point in this episode.
Yeah. Now let's talk about my favorite thing about the episode. This was great Game of Thrones stuff.
Oh, this is by and large easily
Fuck
the best
me. This was,
part.
which is weird because last season this storyline was shite.
Well, it didn't really. It was kind of just really like meh.
Yeah, or at least
Not
the
much
first
to it,
episode
really.
of it was, yeah. The Hound, Beric Dondarrion, and Thoros of Myr. They visit the house that he went to in season 4 with Arya, and he buries those people that he stole from out of regret.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks into the flames and sees the army of the dead. They have some great exchanges of dialogue, great character moments, talking about why Beric's still alive. How Sandor Clegane finds the religion frustrating because he wants answers instead of questions. The fact that his connection, like, you know, what were the chances I ended up with a cult of fire, you know, fuckers that worship fire because he hates fire because of his burn. The dialogue was all crisp. The acting was great. Those three guys are so funny together. I thought Rory McCann as the Hound was the highlight of the episode. He really gave us a full view of his range. We got his funny side, we got his pissed off side, and then we got his absolutely shocked side when he looked into the fire. Why can't the whole show be like this? This storyline was great.
But we need to be funny and also to be very extreme dramatic.
Oh yeah, and also let's not forget,
how
like,
to do it.
The other part of it was the visuals, like the night, winter atmosphere and everything was great. It looked awesome.
Yeah, atmosphere was great. The lighting was really good. Just everything about it was just like really, really good stuff.
And the banter as well. The banter was so good.
Yeah, banter was great. The voices were great. The acting was great. The actual meaning behind the scene was really good. And the Beryl scene was like really, really good for the Hound.
And also, it connected to an earlier scene because Jon has sent Tormund to Eastwatch by the Sea. And in the fire, the Hound saw the Eastwatch by the Sea, which is the closest castle to the White Walkers. So there is a connection there.
I wonder if that's this season's conflict.
That Tormund and the Hound are both going to be at Eastwatch at some point this season.
Indeed.
Yeah. So that, genuinely, hats off. They actually nailed this. Somehow, despite so many other issues. So many other issues for the past, 22 episodes?
And they took it, to take the scene actually seriously.
I don't get
really
it.
hard.
I don't get Dave and Dan. They're so inconsistent. It's weird.
I don't think anybody does, really.
It's so strange. Direction by Jeremy Podeswa was great. It was gorgeous. Great spectacle. Obviously, they have a lot of money to play with. As you notice, the cameras are really crisp and sharp. The color grading's great.
This is definitely the best the show has looked so far. I think every shot was pretty gorgeous.
It looks like they can afford basically anything at this point.
At this point, yeah. Which I guess in a way is a bit of a sad indictment of where the quality's gone.
Yeah, it's all spectacle now.
Yeah.
I just remembered something. You notice how fucking massive Euron's Iron Fleet is now?
Yeah. Well, they did build 1,000 ships.
They built that from scratch. They did. After season 6, episode 5.
And it didn't take them that long, seemingly.
Yeah. I don't understand that. I don't see where the resources come from. It's hard to say with TV canon because they don't show you that much of that part of the world, but if I'm going to go off A Song of Ice and Fire canon, where is all this wood and sails coming from? Like,
didn't they say in this episode that like their trees and stuff weren't they? They're not really known for having that kind of stuff, at least in like good quality as well.
Yeah, they would have had to go to land. Like they would have had to go to the mainland and deforest like in massive amounts.
They completely started from scratch because all the boats were taken by the others.
Yeah, so the only explanation is that they went to the Westerlands which is actually Lannister grounds. And they would have had to deforest the shit out of it and make sails and everything. So that's fucking weird and crazy.
And managed to get it all nice and edgy and black.
Yeah. And also, I just realized something. They would have had to go all the way around the bottom of Westeros and past Dragonstone, which Daenerys has just arrived at. So you're telling me that they just missed them.
Yeah.
Like those ships they arrive very close to each other geographically in the same episode. Like Blackwater Bay and Dragonstone are not that far apart. I think they said in season 2 it's 2 days. 2 days in a boat.
Yeah, it's like 2-3 days, it said.
Yeah.
If the wind's good, 2 days.
Yeah, so they missed them by a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty wild.
But that's pretty long, Connor. I guarantee you there'll be some normies who would say, well, that's a couple of days. That's a long time to miss someone.
You know, what would be a great, if let's say you're going from Essos to Westeros with a massive, very important army, one thing you'd really want on your ships is a telescope. Like a scout telescope, so that you can see what's ahead, and maybe you'd be able to spot 1,000 ships in Blackwater Bay as you go into Dragonstone. It's just a possibility. I can only assume that time has passed. That's the only way I can really explain, like, that there's been a lot of time passed between the start of the episode and the end. I guess. But then again, Euron said he was going to go and do something, so I don't know. Hard to say, really. Who knows with this show? Music by Raymond Javadi. It was all great, as usual.
Yep, as always, it was really good.
Yeah. He carried a lot of the last scene because there was hardly any dialogue. Like, can you imagine how weird that last scene would be without music?
Yeah.
Our first track is called Dragonstone. Love how open and lush it sounds.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy.
Yeah, it's very big.
Bombast to the nth degree. I'd say.
But it doesn't feel contained. It feels like it's almost exterior, like it's being projected. And there's a lot of voices now in the chorus. It's very, very open and lush, as I said.
Yeah.
I think I actually really like this because by the time we got to season 6, I was starting to get a little tired of the Targaryen theme because it was repeating itself a lot. They've taken it and they've added new things they've added new ways of doing it in this song. I feel it sounds different to how it has before because it's so much bigger. It's almost like it's trying to make it seem like the show's in its end game now.
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
But sadly, I don't think the story lives up to that.
No, not so far.
The second track is called Shall We Begin? Actually, I think I might be able to nail what it is. I think it's they may have recorded it in a much bigger room. It feels
possibly.
like the vocals and the instruments are echoing off a bigger interior room, like with the acoustics in it. But I'm very curious to hear what other themes sound like with this style. That's what I'm really looking forward to a season 7 soundtrack, is dissecting that side of the show. Because there's a couple of tracks on season 7 I do specifically remember being very good and sounding different to the other seasons, like unique in themselves. The last episode of season 6 hit a new record for the show, that being 8.89 million. Now we have the first episode of season 7, another year to build up to the show. And also, people knew that Ed Sheeran was going to be in it going in. It was advertised. Season 7, episode 1 got 10.11 million.
I assume 10. I think it would have broken 10.
Yeah, by far the most ever.
Watched it.
Yeah, this is by far the highest.
Oh, yeah. That's no surprise. I assumed it would be pretty high because the popularity was through the roof at this point.
Yeah, we've reached the point where the show is now unavoidable. It's everywhere.
Yeah. As is expected. It is very popular now.
There was also one other big draw to this episode, and that is Daenerys finally coming to Westeros. Something the show had been building to. Yeah.
It was a big moment.
Something that the show had been building to, and something that the books hasn't actually done yet. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Give your conclusion and rating out of 10 for Dragonstone.
Oh, God. Compared to when I first watched it, I have no idea what I felt about the episode. I think I didn't like it, from what I remember. And the fact that I had no context probably didn't help. But now watching it, like nearly 8 years later, which is quite funny to think about. Yeah, I felt this was such a mixed bag. There was some really great moments, but man, does it feel like the dialogue is in such a horrid state, and characters are just being annoying as always, and just logical holes just almost everywhere. throughout almost every scene. So as a start to the season, it's not great. Dragonstone is that scene with the Hound is like a whole section is like really great, but that's the only real part of the episode where I'm like, this is actually really good stuff that I'm enjoying watching, and it's like actually like stuff to talk about. The rest of the episode is like fleeting moments, but mostly quite crap. So I'd say this is probably like a 4.5 out of 10, I'd say.
Okay. Yeah, so the Hound stuff was great. And there was a few other moments that were okay, like with Arya and the guy who talks about his daughter, not the Ed Sheeran part.
Yeah.
But obviously her with the Walder Frey stuff was dumb. The wall scene was weird. The Winterfell scenes were awful. King's Landing was weird. And Dragonstone was weird. And the stuff at Old Town was a bit weird and mixed. In a normal episode with this kind of mixed quality, where you have one great storyline and the rest of it's like this, I'd probably give it like a 4. However, Dragonstone does something very specially bad. And that is fuck royally with the world building of the show. Number 1, Stannis left no one to guard his castle, and no one decided to take it, including the crown. Number 2, they have not followed up on the terrorist attack on the Sept of Baelor in any meaningful way. And there are some serious issues coming out of that as well. So, yeah, I am actually going to give this a 3.5 out of 10.
Alrighty.
I think this is a pretty annoying episode in many respects. And it has massive ripple effects on the world within the show, I think, which really damage it. But, as I said, the saving grace is the Hound storyline. That stuff is awesome. And obviously the visuals. But yeah, not even Ed Sheeran could save this one.
The implication that he could have.
Yeah. Oh dear. Well, that's the start of season 7. Next time, episode 2 is called Stormborn.
Interesting.
Your anticipations for Stormborn?
Probably something to do with Dany. I imagine we're going to get a lot of Dany next episode, considering they're in just the last scene of this episode. So it makes sense that they were a part of next episode a lot more about what their plan is now going forward. Other than that, it could literally be anything, realistically.
Yeah. I think Stormborn is one of the episodes of the show I remember the least about from memory.
Interesting.
Oh, actually, no, I do remember something. I remember a very big thing about it. Oh, dear. I just remembered something about it. Oh, no. Anyway. But, yeah. No, that'll be episode 2. Hopefully better than this one, I guess. How do you think that this season's going to handle having 7 episodes? Because, have you noticed that this was longer than usual? This was an hour?
Yeah, it was longer, but it is a season premiere, so that sort of makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what the time will be for the next episode. I imagine it'll be back to like 50, I imagine. But yeah, 7 episodes isn't a lot of time, as some seasons at the moment tend to do, like Squid Game 2, season 2, that I just watched like the other day, and it feels just like it is a half a season, because season 3 is coming out middle of next year, I think, and that season feels like it's a whole season cut in half. And that is an incomplete story in a season. So I feel like whether that has the same fate here, I guess that is a possibility. That things are like not resolved, so it's hard to really talk about them. So I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I have that to look forward to. I guess. I'm just so like, I don't know, that moment when you revealed that you got the books for Christmas, like I was just so pleasantly surprised.
And then we watched this.
Yeah, you must have been pretty stoked when you opened that present.
Yeah, well, I asked for it, so yeah. So I'm glad I got something.
Are they hardback or are they paperback?
They're all books. I'm not sure.
Well, you'll be able to tell because a paperback
well, I'm
is
assuming paperback
bendy.
means it's all paper. I'm assuming is what you mean.
Well, paperback spines are bendy, whereas hardbacks are flat.
I think they're just normal. The way I'm describing it, they're basically just normal books.
Okay.
I'm not an expert on hardbacks or paperbacks.
Okay, so
I'm very sorry.
I'll tell you the difference. When you open a paperback, the spine bends. When you open a hardback, the spine does not bend.
I think it is. I think it's it will bend. That's what it is.
It's
not
paperback.
like a hard.
It's paperback then.
Yeah,
it's paperback.
It's not a hardcover.
It's not a steel book.
No, it's not.
Was Dragonstone.
Yippee.
We'll see you next time for Stormborn. I bet you a good night and a goodbye. A bang.